And
All
recording in
right.
progress. Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everybody. Welcome to another episode of
Yeah,
Decoding Your Superpowers with Teresa Lysam
Linda Karshner.
and we are coaches who our methodology, our process is to shine a light on somebody's brilliance
Hmm.
based on their Gallup assessment results.
Right.
So we love everything about it. We have found that these results are spot on for everybody we talk to,
Mhm.
and
It,
they're
it's almost like you're reading my mind
it
or you're reading my
exactly is
journal.
that. Is exactly that.
It's not us. You just answered the questions and
Yes. So that's a good, I'm glad you said that because the results are based on how you answered the assessment questions, which we were just speaking about earlier,
Mhm.
200 questions.
Right,
It is a timed assessment. So you have 20 seconds to answer each question, and you want to do it without thinking a whole lot about it.
right,
You go
right.
with your first gut reaction
Hmm.
and just pick that one and don't worry about it. Do not overthink it, which is a little tricky for some people
Yeah,
because they're so used to overthinking, and that's how their brain is wired,
right.
which will come through in their results. We'll
Mhm.
know that, yeah, oh yeah, you had trouble with this, didn't you? Because you're
Uh-huh.
an overthinker. But just, don't go with too many neutrals
Mm.
because that could be a little that could skew the results a little bit, not a whole lot, but it won't give you as accurate of a
Right.
reading as if you made a decision on one side or the other.
Hmm.
So they'll give you a range of questions like, would you prefer this or this? And then you have to decide. You have to make that choice. So it's not like yes and no, it's between these two, which
Right. And it's sort of between the two and the degree to which
yeah, that's
it's
right.
one or the other. So
Yeah.
it's a little challenging. It's not the normal way of taking a test, I guess you could say, but the folks at Gallup, Clifton Strengths, have researched, reviewed. They are experts at
Yes.
coming up with quality questions that really get to the heart of the matter. And finding out people's strength is what this is all about.
Yes, yeah.
Superpowers.
And it has
Why?
changed. It has
Yeah.
changed my life and your life and so many people, other people that we know. Just knowing this about ourselves
Hmm.
is really transformative and life changing. That's why we do what we do, because we want everybody to see their own brilliance,
Right.
which we don't always see because it's so easy and natural for us that we
Hmm.
don't think it's anything out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
Which
Hmm.
in fact it actually is. It's
Right.
the way your strengths line up in order is
Hmm.
unique only to you.
That's right.
There's nobody else on the planet ever will be a
Hmm.
person such as yourself. So that in and of itself, I find to be very empowering.
Absolutely. And just knowing that who you are makes a difference in the world.
Yes, it does. Yep.
And you're here for a reason. Because
Mm-hmm.
just like Teresa said, there never has been, there never will be anyone who was made exactly like you. Our mentor says infinitely unique.
Yes,
I
yes.
really like that. It just speaks to that whole concept that there's no one else like us.
Yeah, and we are a gift to the world. And if you
Mhm.
were not, you wouldn't be here.
That's
So
right.
that's changed the way I do a lot of things.
Hmm.
Just that little bit of understanding and knowing has helped me make certain decisions and
Hmm.
yeah, has changed the trajectory of my life. So that's why we come to you mostly every week.
Uh-huh. And mostly around
Very,
1:15
we're
Eastern
very
time.
fluid and flexible
Right.
to bring this to you. We want everybody to understand and to see the power of this information.
Just get
So
a
we,
little taste of this,
yes,
how it can positively impact your life.
Yes, because we have a tendency, at least as women, to dismiss ourselves
Mhm, mhm,
and think like, yeah, no, that's, but it is a big deal. And
mhm.
it's not a big deal in a boastful, egoic
Right,
way.
right.
It's just an understanding like, oh, okay, now that I know that this is who I am, I can lean into that more and
Mm,
leverage that in my choices and how I approach the world and my
mm.
relationships and every other area of my life. So
Right. Yeah.
it is powerful.
Yep. Just going to say the same thing. It's very powerful.
So we'd like to take a look at two reports today.
Yeah, this will be
We
fun.
and this is like we have not looked, well, I have not seen these in advance. So this is
Right.
all right in the moment. You'll see
Mhm.
things unfold as we talk about them. We do no preliminary stuff or as little as possible.
Right.
So it's just kind of new and fresh, which is fun.
Mhm.
Okay, now I gotta find it. Hang on, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna have two reports showing of a husband and a wife. Okay, hang on, where did it go? There it is. Okay. And I think it's powerful when each spouse knows what their strengths are.
Yeah.
Because, and if you have a knowledge of that of your spouse and they have it of you, then there's a language, a shared language. There's
Mhm.
an understand new level of understanding and appreciation of this other person that you are committed to.
Mhm.
So I think husband and wife strength partnership is powerful and life enhancing,
That's
relationship
a good way
enhancing
to,
for sure for you
yeah,
both.
definitely a good way to view it.
Yeah. So we have a starting point, which we've shared in previous episodes. We just basically look at the colors of the top 10 and we count them up and we will see which category or which theme this
Mhm.
person has the most strengths that fall into. So it's
Mhm.
literally just counting the colors and dropping them in
Right.
the bucket. So
And
this,
the reason that we can do that, counting, is because Clifton Strength's proprietary algorithm has already done the ranking,
yeah.
and they have ranked each individual's strengths. It's always the same 34 strength
Mhm.
themes, but they have ranked them for this individual according to how they answered those 200 questions.
Yeah.
So there's some validity. It's probably not a perfect way to do it, but there's some validity in just counting what's in those that top 10 because Clifton Strengths has already ranked them
Yes. Thank you.
according to
And
that person's answers.
yes. And if you have three or more of a strength in a particular theme or category, then that theme or category, we call them domains, is
Hmm.
important to you. And the
Hmm.
more strengths you have in that category, the more of importance that way of thinking is for
Hmm.
you.
Right.
So the person on the left, we
Hmm.
counted up six purples, which is executing. So
Hmm.
they are a heavy, heavy executor. So
Absolutely.
we just said,
100%.
yeah, we just said three of something that makes it important to a person. A four is even more important. Five is even more important. So six is like, whoa, this person loves to take action. They are a doer. They want
Hmm.
to see um, data. They want to see things. The words are escaping me, so help me out, Linda. They want to see substantial, real
Right.
proof.
Production, productivity.
Productivity. Thank you. That's what
Mhm.
I'm looking for.
Yeah,
They
and
like,
uh, I didn't count well. I just now realized that this person has three relationship building strengths also.
okay.
So, like we said, if you have three, it's important. So this person is predominantly someone who likes to make sure things are done the right way.
Yes, thank you.
Super driven by that. However, they have some relationship building strengths that is a powerful domain for them. And so that is, that is going to maybe sometimes temper the executing, and the executing strengths will affect the relationship building. They're not each strength an island unto itself. It's
Right,
all
right.
interwoven.
That's a
So
nice way
this
of
this
saying it.
person has predominantly executing, like that's their default.
Yeah. So
But
they're the
relationship, connecting with the right people is also important to them.
Yeah, so they might like to take action, get things done, be productive with other people, the
Mm-hmm.
right other people.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
not all the time, but that they could
Mm-hmm.
lean that way because people are important to them.
Right.
It's not as important as taking that action and doing something
Mm-hmm.
and doing it the right way. And right is defined by them.
Right. And then our strengths report on the right, this person is also a high executor. So this is
Hmm.
a husband. And so he has four executing strengths in his top 10, and he has three strategic thinking strengths. So three is important. And so, it is both. And let's see, what two relationship building, one significance. So, or I mean, influencing. So, he leads with executing also, making sure things are done the right way. But almost as important is thinking, creating, and or
Right,
learning for
right.
him, because he has those three strategic thinking strengths in his top 10, and that's context, intellection, and strategic.
So he might have to think a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
before he takes some action. May have to do some planning, may have to
Mm-hmm.
do some processing.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, the way what I see right now is he needs a little bit of time
Mm-hmm.
before he takes action. Whereas the person on the left, being his wife, she doesn't have to think. She's
Right.
just going to do it and
Right.
figure it out later, or figure it out in the moment, or ask forgiveness later.
Right.
So she's just like, do, 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 do. And she might get a little frustrated if her husband doesn't take action as fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This would be my guess. Again, we'd have to have them here to get feedback on that, but
Right.
that's just what I'm thinking, that it might be a little frustrating for her to have to wait for him to take his action or agree to take action. But
And
knowing
and
that about him could be
right.
helpful.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Just knowing that, like for example, his achiever, which is definitely a doing strength,
Hmm.
that you have a goal in mind and you wake up every day, you want to accomplish those goals. But it might be tempered by his need to think things through. He has context at number 5, a very powerful position in strengths. So that's acknowledging the foundations of the past and how that impacts the present. He has intellection at 7, so he needs to think deeply about things. And it depends on the topic of what he's going to think deeply about. And number 9, strategic. He wants to come up with alternatives, options. So his achiever is probably going to be flavored by that. So he's going
Hmm.
to perhaps need some extra time to get in his head a little bit before he takes action.
And again, once the wife understands that,
Mm-hmm.
then she could maybe offer him some more time and some more
Mm-hmm.
patience on
Mm-hmm.
her part. That could alleviate some frustration
Yeah.
where she wants to go, 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 go. Where he's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
just give me a little bit of time.
And they both have achiever in their top 10. Hers is at 7,
Yeah, I saw
his is at
that.
3. And so their achievers are going to look a little different because of their different strengths.
Right. And where they are at and how they
Mhm.
interact with the strengths around them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if there's any, like relator is really close for each of them. One's
Yes.
at 3, one's at 4. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like to look at the commonalities
Yeah, that's always
too.
fun. They both have
Yeah.
responsibility at 6.
Okay, there you go. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty interesting. But
Yeah.
I want to like just reference that relator.
Mm-hmm.
So the relator is all about a small inner circle, really trusted inner circle. People have to really jump through hoops to get to that inner circle.
Mm-hmm. They
Each
have
of
to
these,
earn their trust.
yes, earn
To
their
have
trust.
to have that deep sharing. It's one thing to have acquaintances, but to have a deep relationship with someone, it's it, that takes time for
Yeah,
these
yeah.
two.
Like long-term relationships,
Hmm.
yes, for
Hmm.
sure. But I think it's great that they both have it up
Hmm.
high. So
Hmm.
they're both just going to be very content with that small, long-term
Hmm.
group of people that they have these deep relationships with.
Hmm.
Whereas sometimes one spouse has a relator high and they prefer a small group, and the
Hmm.
other person has includer high and they're
Right.
all about lots of people, bring everybody to the party. And the other
Right.
spouse is like, no, please don't. So
Let's just have two people
yeah, yeah. So it's cool
that
that
we know really well.
they both share that. So there would probably an ease and flow of how many people they interact with
Mhm.
or,
Right.
have that deep relationship with.
Hmm.
So responsibility is both at 6.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that sense of responsibility, that would be interesting how that intersects from
Hmm.
each of them, like how that sense of responsibility is where they're committed. They say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. They'll do
Hmm.
everything in their power to fulfill that commitment.
Hmm.
And let's just look at the strengths around them. So they're probably that responsibility strength will color a lot of the other strengths and how they move through life.
Hmm.
And then the wife's on the left. So refocus is around their achiever, and then the husband has context and intellection.
Yeah.
So because of those, they each have different strengths wrapped around that responsibility. It's going to be, again, a little bit different. So we
Hmm.
are infinitely unique as an individual, but there are some shared commonalities, but these strengths show up differently for each of us. Similar, but different,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. One
Um,
thing I wanted to get your insight on, Teresa, if you look at the husband's report,
oh.
here's an unusual pairing to have relator and woo
I
in the top
just
10.
saw that. I
Yeah.
just saw that. Like, oh, there it is. I
Yeah.
didn't see that when I was first talking about relator, but yeah, this is one of those people that likes that small, intimate,
Uh-huh.
trustworthy group, but also likes to be with other people and, win others over is what woo stands for, win
Hmm.
others over. So he's got that ability to be like maybe the life of the party or, but then when he's done, like, oh, he can probably switch it off and like, I'm going to go back to
Right.
my people.
Yeah, my little group.
So yeah, thanks for pointing that out because I did not realize that. And on the left, the wife's is way, way down there.
Way
Way
down there.
down there.
31. Yes.
So I'm guessing he is the spokesperson for the couple. He probably leads the way, and she might just kind of be
Yeah, I don't
content to
know.
be
It
in the
it
back.
depends. Sometimes I think she is. It just depends on the scenario, I think,
Hmm.
of when, because her responsibility, her achiever are so high, that, she might be the spokesperson at times.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that that changes, but yeah, that is so. I think that's fun when somebody has both of those.
Mm-hmm.
strengths, relator, and woo, or relator and includer in the top 10, because then they're like able to go between the two,
Mm-hmm.
but they have to be able to balance it because too much woo probably can be draining.
Right.
And this person
Or
has to balance
something.
it out again by getting back to his people and
Mm-hmm.
that close knit familiarity of his people.
Right. Yeah. Definitely need that balance.
Yeah. Let's see. So deliberative. Now this is interesting. The left has deliberative at number 8,
Mm-hmm.
and the husband is, has some strategic thinking, so he needs time to think. So evidently she does too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it's still a little quicker though.
Right. And her focus in that thinking with deliberative is let me think about what can go wrong in order to make things more productive because
Mm-hmm.
it's an executing strength where his intellection is a strategic thinking strength. So it's
Mm-hmm.
about thinking, creating, and learning. So it's a deep thinking and not necessarily for productivity or getting things done, but thinking for the sake of thinking and pondering some of the deeper mysteries of life, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and faith and things like that. So
That's a
so
good
those two,
insight.
those are both sort of thinking, but they have a different flavor. One is
Mm,
more thinking through what can go wrong so that we can be more productive. The other is thinking deeply to ponder the different nuances.
hmm And the wife has probably said, thinking about the obstacles and how to go around them and what happens if this pops up, so she could take that action. So in
Hmm.
that action taking,
Hmm.
she's planning in advance. What do I do if something goes wrong? Whereas,
Right.
like you said, he's more like, oh, well, let's just, it's not in the actual doing that of interest to him with
Uh-huh.
his
Uh-huh.
intellection and his responsibilities. So yeah, so interesting. And
But
I,
with his strategic at 9, just kind of piggybacking off what you said, like she can think through what can go wrong, and strategic is when you come up with different strategies, different options.
yes.
And so, he could say, she can say, here's what might go wrong. And he can say, here's some things that we can do to solve that. I have
Mm,
plan A, B, C, and D to come up with to answer each of your concerns about what can go wrong. So I can see how they could work
I
together
was
in
just
that
going to
way,
say that. Yeah, they
complement each other.
play off of each other very well
Hmm.
in that particular those particular strengths.
Hmm.
I'm just looking at connectedness at number 1
Hmm.
on the right, harmony at number 1 on
Hmm.
the left. Those I would think move together, flow together very, very happily.
Hmm.
Harmony being the flow.
Yeah.
And, everything has a order to it. And it's just, I think of it as a flowy, like I have harmony high. So
I do too.
I
Yeah,
pay
9.
attention to the flow of things. And if they're off, I
Hmm.
can kind of feel it energetically, like, oh, something's not quite right. And oh, but if we do it this way, things will come back into alignment and the flow will feel better.
Hmm.
And then connectedness is all about seeing the purpose and how everything happens for a reason and it's just not random. So
Hmm.
I know that the way I heard it come out of my mouth, they seem different, but in my brain, I'm like, oh, they kind of go together. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Well, having harmony and connectedness both in our top
Yep,
10,
yep, yep.
we kind of live that. They're both relationship building strengths. And connectedness, like harmony is the flow and connectedness is the ripple effect.
Oh, I like
The
that.
the bridge building. Um, so connectedness is knowing that my actions or your actions impact other people because of our similarities. We're all in this human experience together, and we're all God's children. So everything affects other people. And harmony recognizes that it's good to have the flow, the consensus among people because we're all in the same boat.
Which would again pair beautifully with consistency there
Mhm,
on the left at number two. So
mhm.
consistency sounds like it's all about taking consistent action. And
Right.
that's
That's
actually not
not
it.
not quite it.
It's a little bit of a misnomer
Mhm,
that way because everybody can be consistent whether you have consistency high or not.
mhm.
So if you're looking at your results and you don't see it up high, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's doesn't mean you can't be consistent. Consistency is all about having fair,
Yes.
just, equal rules that apply to everybody
Mhm,
and, keeping things consistent in harmony and
mhm,
yeah, so there's a stability in
mhm.
that consistency, treating everybody the same.
Right.
So the harmony and the consistency would play very well together.
Mhm.
Um,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
where again, his consistency is way down low.
Very low. Yeah. Yeah.
So
What's his
that's,
34? It got kind of cut off. I forget
oh,
what.
you're right, it did. I'm so sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay,
Oh,
so
input. Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
I do remember that now. Okay.
Um, so what else did they have? It says the responsibility in common, relator in common, achiever in common. Any other things that are,
I don't think
yeah,
so.
I think that's about
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Now let's look at the bottom
Yeah.
five
Yeah. Yeah.
and just see what's contrasting or overlapping there.
Hmm.
So
The first
let's,
thing I see is the wife's 29 is restorative and his number
oh,
10 is
yeah, yep, yep,
restorative.
yep,
So
yep.
she is not about fixing what's broken.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to, with her deliberative at 8, she wants to identify what might get broken and take care of it before it gets broken. Because probably for her, that's exhausting to have to fix what's broken, to have to identify the things that are broken and come up with a solution. She'd rather be preemptive and
Mm-hmm.
figure
Mm-hmm.
out what could break and take care of it before it's broken.
Right, 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 right. Be proactive about
Yeah,
it.
proactive. Yeah,
Yep,
that's
yep,
that's
yep.
the word I was. And his restorative sitting there at 10, like it's more energizing for him to look at what's broken and to come up with solutions to fix it.
Which is a nice balance
Sure, yeah,
between the two
absolutely.
spouses. So let's see what else is down there. Includer consists of, we see that the opposites for consistency, we already talked about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. And
Input.
discipline. Okay, input.
Okay, that's okay. I'm
Okay,
just saying them out loud, but yeah, let's look at
yeah. His
discipline.
his discipline is 29, hers is 4.
Mm,
So discipline, again, like consistency, you might think about self-discipline. And that's a
right.
little bit of what it is, but discipline is more liking an order and a routine for doing things and
Yes, and that's
feeling
structure.
like you don't have to expend the brain power to come up with a new plan every day. You have a routine where
Hmm.
for him, that's low, and so he's not energized by having the same routine every day.
Yes,
He
but
can go with the flow more.
right, and she definitely seems like she does need it.
Yes, she does.
Like, that just makes her feel calm and peaceful.
Hmm.
Like you
Hmm.
said, don't have to expend a lot of brain power because You just go into that routine
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it allows her to get things done, which
Hmm.
is going to satisfy that high executing desire
Right.
and just get things done, not have to think. And then, yeah, things are going to go smoothly for her based on her routine and her
Hmm.
predictability.
Yes,
So,
yes. She definitely has a system for everything, and she gets a lot done. She is a very productive person. And when you want to get something done, you ask her because she's a doer.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And she's got a ranger at number 11. So
Yes,
that
yes,
feeds
which
into
is
that as well.
absolutely,
So even though
absolutely.
we don't really talk about anything outside of number 10 in that middle range,
Hmm.
where it's just those middle strengths are just kind of neutral, but 11, 12, 13, it's a little bit different for everybody. We still use those tools. They're still there and they still are part of that zone of genius. We just don't talk about them that much. If we were having a coaching session with you privately, we'd probably kind of go into those more.
Get
But
a little more in depth. Yeah.
yeah, but when we're just talking in a shorter amount of time, we do focus on those top 10. But a ranger is would fit right up there with what you just said.
Definitely.
Keep
One
things
more thing
organized.
about their bottom five that I wanted to point out that goes along with their relator being high, they both have includer low. So relator is, really needing to have that small inner circle where includer is making sure everyone has a seat at the table.
Mm.
And so, it's good that they both have that low. But when it's low for both of them, then maybe they need help with expanding their horizons a little bit with new people.
Which again, the husband has that woo thing. That's just fascinating to me.
Yeah, right,
So I
right.
went to look up a little bit more about woo, like charming,
Yeah.
entertaining,
Uh-huh.
outgoing, socializer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when I told the wife that Wu is sort of charming, she's like, I don't think that sounds like him. But
Which the relator would temper that
yeah,
probably.
yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely tempers that. Um, so I think his Wu is applicable in a smaller group setting than the way that you normally see Wu.
Right, right. You're right. Anytime I see relator, I just envision a smaller group. Like
Right.
the interactions are just going to be a lot more reined in than
Hmm.
somebody with includer, which to me, that is like it's as an expanded
Hmm.
circle of people, which doesn't mean they're friendly and buddy buddy and best friends with
Right.
everybody. They just enjoy the more variety of relationships than somebody with those with the relator high. So anything else you want to mention? We do have to wrap it up and
Yeah, we
kind of
should
keep it
wrap up.
within
I
our
can't
30
really, I
minutes.
mean, there's so much more, of course, we could say, but
I
yeah, I
mean, you
think we delved into it pretty well.
yeah, and I hope everybody watching can see the power of understanding what each spouse brings to the
Yeah,
table. Like some
yeah.
of these things, they counterbalance each other beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Others, they mesh really well.
Hmm.
Now, in terms of areas of conflict, we
Hmm.
didn't really talk about that. That would have to be with their input, maybe. There's,
Right.
what's the reason they're having a conflict? Oh, well,
Hmm.
this person is really leading with their belief, and the other person doesn't believe that, and their values might be a little bit off, so there could to really get into those areas of conflict and look at what strengths might be showing themselves and then
Hmm.
getting a clearer understanding of that of the other person's strength so that it diminishes that conflict.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
a powerful set of tools
Uh-huh.
and it's everybody I've heard of that both spouses know their strengths. It just improves their relationship, brings them closer together.
It does.
Again, more tools of understanding
I can
each
speak to that in
other.
my own life.
So we know it works. Let's just say
That's
that.
right.
So thank you so much, Linda. You always
Yeah,
have
thank
great
you.
insights and teach me some things. So I love that connectedness is like the ripple effect. That
Mhm.
is a beautiful way of saying that. I love that. So thank you. So thank you for everybody who's
Yeah, thanks
listening.
everyone for joining us.
If you have a report, either a new one, a previous one, and you would like us to look it over and share our insights, please connect with us. You can get it over to us. We just need that one page like we showed you. We show you every time we look at the
Mhm.
results. We just need one page, and you can come on with us live and
Yeah,
give
that's
us
always fun.
feedback, or we'll just look at it and send you the recording. We're okay with either way. But we would love your feedback. Leave a comment here, ask us questions.
Yes.
Either me or Linda will be happy to help everybody out. But we love this. We try to get here every week. Again, it doesn't always work out, but
Yeah.
most of the time. So thank you for being here. I'm going to put up my little
Yes.
sign. Please subscribe, share. Again, leave a comment if you know somebody who might be interested in their results and some coaching. Again, just drop a comment, reach out, DM us, and we'll make it happen.
We will
Okay,
connect.
we will connect. Thank you so much, everybody. Linda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you the next time.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.